Hey folks, welcome back to the Sloppy Lab. I'm going to be playing Mr. Dick Rowland in a second here in a Triad Best of One match. Should be a lot of fun. And we're going to try out the brand new Sloppy Lab Work developed tool. Actually, we made this in tandem for uh, Tetrad, Swindle Tetrad with the Swindle folks, and then repurposed it or also made a cut that was Triad uh, capable. So this will be fun. Giving it a try. Should be good. And I think my opponent's in there. And join their game. Cool. Hey, Slay Sloppy. Hey, not tonight. Hey, Quick Draw. Welcome, welcome. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so they've got some decks. I was checking out their Hexa decks before, but let's see which ones they have pulled together here. Picard, Leela, and this one, which may be Chinese, I'm not sure, but I think was the same as this guy that I was looking at, but we'll double check what they've got. A Data Forge stream. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so yeah, these are decks that are from their Hexad lineup, so not terribly surprised to see any. They do have artifact control across the board except for Leela, which is very spicy. They have only scaling amber control in the Chinese deck as well as Eddie's. So this deck causes issues for my Aslan on a number of fronts. It also has low board control, which of course, interestingly enough, makes it for an easier target for Brickblade, but we'll see how we're looking across the front. So Quintrino Flux, Double Nature's Call over here, as well as a Punk, an autoencoder, and a Dav over here. Do not like seeing autoencoder uh, when playing Brickblade. So I do think also that that Roland played with Leela in their last match, so I'm maybe reasonably certain that they would go with it if they like it. I don't think it's here to scare me. Picard also very interesting. Both speedy decks. I think I banned this one here. I don't want to see the Hawks for Zyger. I would have to see a jar first. And there's plenty of nonsense to go around. Though awfully tempting to allow it and try with Brickblade. 28 speed, 16 creatures, lots of archiving and speed. Book of LQ and Ali. Yeah, going with the gut here. So we're gonna ban this one. Okay, and they banned Aslan, so very likely anticipating mine, which is cool. So now we're between Picard and Leela. We have a Tachyon Pulse and a Rusnar in Picard. How do I like my chances against Picard with Zyger? Only 8 mutants in Leela. Still quite spicy. Decent number of pips, lots of speed, triple bonusing. QMX, an Adaptoid, and an Encoder. Flux, Double Nature's Call. Red Alert, Bouncing Death Quark, Lights Out. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with T-Zyger. Feels good, and let's see what they choose. See what they choose. Yeah, trying out the brand new we'll see what they choose. I guess for best of one triad, we don't really need to, say which one is here. And now too that TCO is not giving away when you're playing a mass mutation deck or an enhanced deck. You can just kind of run right into the game once the bans are. Do you need to refresh? Oh, question from the chat. Do I need to refresh to see their choice? I don't. It'll update once they make their choice. I can refresh and it shouldn't hurt anything. Can give you a refresh just to prove it. Yeah. It's kind of nice. So yeah, it's doing nice WebSockety things to get live updates, and it'll refresh, kind of keeps in local storage. They're saying they need to think for a sec. Teasing them in DMs. um, yeah, and cool too. So if you refresh on the same browser, same device, it'll pop you back into the same one as long as it's the last one you're in. And then if you need to pop in from a different device, you can get a link to do that. Kind of nice too because you can start a triad game, send your opponent the link, close your browser, go home, whatever, and then if you wanted to, do it all async. For triad, there's not a whole lot, especially if you have best of one. It's not like there's a whole drawn out process, so not as critical, but kind of nice that that you can do it that way if you really want to. They're in the tank. Yeah, was between the 6 decks that were in their hexad. I had a few of mine that I thought matched up pretty well. I thought both Aslan and Brickblade had good chances depending on which of theirs they brought. Not a ton of scaling amber control across the suite. Maybe 2 or 3 of the 4 tops. And also not a ton of board control, so they did a decent job to kind of cover their bases and not leave just one hole that they couldn't ban around. So interesting. They have a lot of artifact control across the board too. I thought about bringing Stealth Warper. Hey, Ketzer, thanks for the good luck. Yeah, thought about bringing Stealth Warper for Quixel, some Quixel shenanigans, but they have an awful lot of pips and an awful lot of artifact control across their lineup. So not this time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. We'll see. We'll see. But they're in the tank. Thinking on these two. Feel good about that choice. I think running Brickblade into a potential autoencoder would have been tough. Okay, they say they made their choice. Let's see if this updates. Or if maybe they just made their choice in their mind. So they double clicked. Or perhaps they just have it in mind. We don't really need to go through the tool here to lock in a choice. We can just sign up for the game, log into the game and play. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh dear. They're saying that they did. They did. Double click. Let's see. I. Oh, okay. All right. So they're saying they're playing Leela. And we're gonna hop into a game. Cool. Where do we report bugs to? That's a good question. They, there's a no reply at sloppylabwork.com is where you can send your bug reports and complaints. Um, we were just kind of chat. He's complimentary of the tool though, so that's nice. All right, so new game. All right. There's a link over to my opponent. I'm gonna load up Zyger. T Zyger, the Lighthouse Dock. Yeah. No, I'm surprised though. Mm, I don't know, Mr. Roland. Double clicked. We'll see. Yeah, well, there were some reports for some users that a single click felt very draconian. You kind of wanted to have some time to rethink your actions and mess around with clicks. I guess some people like clicking on stuff just for funsies. I do that too. I click on things for funsies. Usually the wrong house when I play Control of the Week. They're saying. I hope it's a fun one. Okay, so this is Leela. Leela has no artifact control, which is nice. I don't mind seeing this transporter platform early. We've got a couple of sweet turns in here. We'll have to see about this. We're gonna have to see about this Professor Torado. It's probably a discard against Dav and 8 mutants. I think I have more mutants than them, but I don't think that I need to give them any fuel for the fire. Yeah, I have 10 mutants to their 8, but no. We'll see what happens. My we'll see what happens. Scared of my disc, they're saying. Interesting. The disc is good. The jar is great. There's a case to be made for mulliganing aggressively for the jar here. I don't think I can throw back a transporter platform in the opener though, especially not with that Logos turn following. But I have some decent end game targets. If it comes out before Encoder or Dav, that's nice. Okay, so we are gonna start out with this transporter platform. Seems good. Oh, good. There's no time limit here, huh? Yeah. Is that bad form? Is that bad form to have no time limit? I don't know. Zyger can be a little grindy. Maybe it would have been better on me to put a time limit, but I don't think we're gonna hit it. Okay, Bonething comes down for no value, lights out for no value. Discarding access denied. I don't mind that. Another Bona thing for no value. Cool. No mutants yet on their side of the field. Um, Maybe I do play out this Professor Tirado. Feels greedy, but may not be such a bad idea. Quintrino Flux and Causal Loop in my archives. I'm going to play it and kind of dare them to deal with it. If they had any mutants come out that turn, I would have likely not. But we'll see. We'll see. I have some dis as well. Big rip of dis coming. So while Logos and Reaping Out looks good, I may not. Just to keep moving to assemble Graviton, find the animator, and get the pieces in place before they go crazy. I like seeing my Quintrino Flux in archives. Okay, they've played a Positron Bolt. Takes out my daughter. Nice, nice. I would have loved to see Pain Reaction to knock out a Bona thing. Okay, Lethologica. Put some yummy stuff in discard for Infernus to gobble up. That's cool. And they're starting their archive engine with autoencoder. Pretty cool. Now I can go pretty wide with Zyger. They have Red Alert, BDQ, Booby Trap. Booby Trap I should be mindful of. BDQ, not a whole lot I can do other than manage their board. They may not end up with tons of mutants in play until Dav comes down anyway if they're fueling that autoencoder. So reaching for it now. That Positron Bolt and Leth or Lights Out seem pretty yummy to gobble up. Perplexing Sophistry as well is a decent choice. But we're going dis, no on the archives. Making some pips. Let's leave Snarette on a flank and Tirado on a flank. So we're at least as protected from Booby Trap as can be. I think I do want this Bolt and I do want this Letho. Do I really want this Letho though? I mean, playing Lethologica does kind of fuel my Infernuses from here on out. I think I'll have time to come back for the Lights Out and Vandalize, so it may not matter a ton. I'm going to take the Lights Out for now and leave the Letho. Chip away at their board control potential. And smash this Bona thing there. Would be a nice thing to purge as well. Okay, we found Infernus number 2. That's cool. Their Red Alert could finish off Infomorph, kill the Creeper, and Snarette. I guess there was a case to be made for discarding Creeper. I don't know if it's a good case, but there was a case. I guess nothing else survives, but things take a little bit less damage. Okay, here comes the shadows, so we'll see if they had that Booby Trap tucked in archives. They do pull their archives. They have a Vandalize. Would not hate purging that Vandalize. Okay, plays the Rad Penny. Yeah, shame that the Rad Penny didn't get flipped with Lethologica. Rad Penny takes the capture. Interesting. Going to see this Rad Penny stick around. And their board right now is ones, twos, and threes. I have a two. Okay, so Torado gets fought down. Don't hate that. Discards Boss Zarek for autoencoder. Now they're pausing. It could be between a Reap Reap with the Bo1 or a double fight into the Snarette. Both have their advantages. I don't doubt it. And they go Reap Reap. Okay. Mugs the Rad Penny to reclaim that amber. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, very nice. Cool. So I actually really like Star Alliance here. We'll bounce an Infernus. We'll pull our archives. We'll smash the twos and the threes. And probably discard the play the Researcher, because I'll have 3 creatures on board at that point. So I don't need to worry about Snarette dying to Red Alert. And let's see what we draw. Taking the archives. Okay. Grab that Infernus. Smash the twos and the threes. We got some stuff. Got some stuff. Okay, I am going to play this Anthony. So BDQ we worry about. I am going to discard the Researcher. I think of the things on board, I'm most likely to transport a platform the Anthony, and I'm also going to play this as an upgrade there. So staying under 4 creatures for the moment, and we'll see what that does. Double Infernus out, a bunch of Amber on Anthony, nothing to capture, or nothing to gobble up with Infernus yet, so we'll see. They could go BDQ here, smash my Anthony, and fuel the Infernuses. If that happens, I'm probably going to dis. Otherwise, Logos is looking likely. Okay, that's exactly what they do. Don't hate that. So right back into dis we go. And now the question is, how much value do we go for? And do we care about the check? I don't think I care a ton about the check. I think we allow this key. But also, are they flipping their deck next turn? If they're not, then we can wait. I think I like that actually. Let's go Logos. A key for you, Mr. Roland. Causal Loop is going to tuck Ultra Gravitron, playing the Cronus. Reap there. Okay, cool. So we have a few interesting turns here. We can play Grav on a Star Alliance turn with Kirby. We can just go into Logos, play Grav, or the dis turn looks really tempting. So we'll see. If they go Logos here and play Dark Amber Vault, we're kind of sad. Otherwise, we may shut off their Dav and then work Infernus through their board control. So Star Alliance sounds like not Dav to me, but maybe their transporter platform. That's also an option. Okay, so transporter platform comes down. We'll be looking to kill that. Purge it, I guess I should say. discards Ensign El Samra. Cool. Unless somehow they are able to get to flipping their deck. I think we're going this next turn. New Frontiers, cool. Oh, they are very potentially flipping their deck, and they did not, but very close, very close. Okay, so this it is. Yeah, we'll take back this creeper, and then decide if we're playing it or not. Windows off screen. There we go. No on the archives. We will play this one and archive a card. Let's archive. Well, we're planning to go Logos next turn, most likely. And pulling the archives. I think even if we go Star Alliance, we're pulling archives. So either way, this is kind of a hang on for a turn. Do they have discard? Sophistry, huh? Okay. Let's put the is coming there then. And let's prevent Dark Amber Vault from being played. Okay. Let's smash their Bouncing Death Quark. Yeah, it's a pity. They're saying in the chat it's a pity. So definitely the BDQ. I think the New Frontiers are good options too. They'll probably just Lethalogica. Red Alert is a potential. But we'll get one. And we'll get also the Bo1 things are very tempting. I don't know how much I worry about that though, honestly. So we'll go with the Sophistry. And we're up 2 creatures right now. Red Alert's in discard. So I will play this and leave my 4s in the center of the battle line like a dum-dum. Okay, let's see what happens. So no animator yet, Sag. I also don't think they have a great way to smash my Gravitron if I play it. So the Bouncing Death Quark is dead. Booby Trap was just played, lights out, has been purged. I would not be so mad if they bounce that anyway. I don't see anything else that's going to kill Grav, so I think I can go Star Alliance and play the Grav. No, sorry, I have to go Logos because half of my Grav is actually in its coming. Okay, so 1 Infernus gets taken out, and yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I guess I had to either leave 1 Infernus on an on-flank or the Cronus, so probably better to leave the Cronus on a flank and expose an Infernus. Okay. Double Booby Trap. Redrawing the Booby Trap. I was going to say, I was pretty sure there was only one, but okay. Red Penny comes down. Cool. Cool. All right. They're pulling ahead. They're pulling ahead. So we got a Logos play most likely here. In this, Pan Reaction takes out their board. not super impressive. I think we go logos. We hope to oh, did they vandalize me? They did vandalize me. I missed the vandalize, so vandalize took out my animator. That's sad. Okay, so we go logos. They're going to make a key here. It is coming. We are going to archive a card. We're going to archive the gateway to dis. Going to take this gravitron. And now we have a choice. I'm tempted to fight into this Kirby. I can also reap to steal. Maybe a little greedy. And our archiving is a little bit muted here too, which is kind of sad. But okay. I don't think the steal does a ton for me, honestly. I think I take this Kirby off the board. And I should have done the grab first. Silly. Okay, so we've got Kirby, Droid, Gateway, like a Fiend. Tossing the Picaroon in archives. Ending the turn. Yeah, that was a silly sequencing error. I should have played the Gravitron before fighting uh, with the Cronus, of course. But oops, oops. So we'll see what happens here. They've still got Dav somewhere, maybe in the archives, just hoping to never draw it again. If they do go wide, I can make a decent board in Starlines. Or I can take care of a decent board with Starlines and the Red Alert. The question will be if I should then bounce the Gravitron and replay off the Kirby, or use the Infernus. I didn't try to play Grav with Kirby. That would have been awkward. Takes archives, plays Kirby, looks sadly at Grav, and it's coming. Half of Grav, and it's coming. Yeah, yeah. That would have been a billion-dollar plan, $5 blunder for sure. Okay, so they're thinking here, probably thinking that they wish I had Amber so their Bo1 could steal things. Okay, into Starlines, excuse me. Subdues my Ultra Gravitron, okay. Blast Shielding on Rad Penny, bounce it back to hand. Cool, cool. Blast Shielding comes back down on QMX and loading up some archives. The big question here is if I play Anthony or hold it. We hit the Death Quark. So that's not a worry. I think we still play it and hope to dig for the animator. And I think for the same reason I bounce grab and replay it. Booby traps in discard. We'll probably take that and the vandalize. Though there's a case to be made for the upgrades now as well with Transporter Platform online. Okay, draws into Researcher. Be a little bit careful of their own red alert. I don't have a Dimension Door in discard. If I did, I'd probably run out the Researcher and hope to reap with my mutants next turn too. But as it is, I think I discard it. Okay, they can definitely stop me in they can absolutely stop me in shadows. So we may see them play that Rad Penny, though. I think they'll probably allow this key to come through and enable their their bonethings. Seems like a decent option. I don't hate that either. Still no animator in discard or in archive. So one of my remaining 8 cards in the draw are animator. They go logos. Okay. Positron bolts purged. Could be looking to make a board here. We'll see. Discarding things for Dav. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to play for a big burst. Build up those archives, play for a big burst, and try to overwhelm my options. Munchling comes down. Cool. I don't know about Munchling. No, do I play into this red alert or not? That's the big question. I don't think I can let them kill the Anthony. Or I don't think I should let them kill the Anthony. Both of these are very yummy, though. I have 2 mutant reaps here, potentially, on a Logos turn still. I could also play Torado and draw with those reaps. I think we'll wait and draw out the red alert and purge that first. So, but we'll go Logos, no in the archives. I got 2 mutant reaps, so I'll play the dimension, 3 reaps, but 2 of them off that. So I'll wait to play the Dimension Door until after. And we're going to send a card from our archives to the discard. Okay. If I'm going to purge the Cronus, or the Munchling, I should have played the Cronus first and resolved its bonus, its draw pip with a archive as well. Again, very silly, very bad timing. So Secure Droid gets discarded. We're still going to take it, get a draw pip. Play the Dimension Door. Use our mutants. Reap with Kirby. Discards Animator. Oof. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Now decisions. Will they flip their deck? They might. Taking the Kirby and this Vandalize. Sophistry and Vandalize. Sad to lose pips here, but okay. And if they... I'll play this daughter and discard the Cronus. So they can hit my 4 still. Whittling away the amber from this this Anthony. Their archives are building though, 4 in archives. Their Bona things are alive now. If it comes to it, I may end up... They say they need to think a minute. If it comes to it, I may end up having to animate my own jar. Yeah, they're bemoaning not having a jar, or no dav. Jar just came in time. I don't remember why I didn't purge their red alert the first pass. I should have. What did I take instead of the red alert? Must have been one of these pips. Was it the Lethalogica before the flip? In hindsight, they're saying they had Dav in hand turns before. Yeah, I think I probably took the Lethalogica instead. Honestly, the Lethalogica is probably just fueling my Infernuses, and I should have left it and taken the red alert, and now just go wide, go as wide as I care to. Will be sad if they can play red alert and flip their deck on the same turn. That would be a bummer. Yeah, that was a play. Yeah, definitely could have thought that one through better, I think. So we'll see where this goes. They have 4 cards left in draw. We're still to see any of the Bo1 things. 2? I thought they had 3 for some reason. They've got 1 with a draw pip, 1 unenhanced. They're going Logos. Oh no, they just said Logos. I saw Logos and assumed, yeah. Yeah, it was a short-sighted short-sighted play on my part. It was being a little short-sighted. T Zager is a super grindy deck. Very often goes down 0 keys to 2 and then just kind of slowly crawls its way back, or not so slowly depending on the situation. If I had a wide board without worry, it would probably be a not so slowly crawl back. As it is though, I have to work a little bit. They're saying I didn't leave them much to work with, and I'm saying that's the hope. That's the hope. Star Alliance comes. Will we see a red alert? They take their archives. Okay. New Frontiers. Nice. They are archiving Bonithing, Boss Zarek, discarding uh, Titan Engineer, so that's cool. So we've got a Boss Zarek and Bonithing. Discards Ensign Samra. Okay, so looking to play Red Alert and also flip their deck at the same time. Ooh, did they mean to flip their deck there? I'm not sure. Okay, no Reaps. Getting dangerous. Getting dangerous. Saying they made a big mistake. I don't think they wanted to draw there. Um, they're saying they wanted to draw after playing Red Alert. I agree, though they're still not in a horrible position. I'd rather not pull my archives here to stave off a check, and I don't have tons of options to do it. Red Alert's going to kill all but Anthony and Gravitron. It also means that my Infernus doesn't eat up pips. They go to check. They go to check, and Anthony's going to give them back some amber. Do I have time to just reset the Anthony here? Feels greedy, feels really greedy. I think I go Star Alliance, bounce the Anthony to replay it, smash a random 3, maybe a 4 to play Infernus off of Kirby, smash my Infernus, and QMX, get this blast shielding along with their Red Alert. Yeah, doesn't feel great, but seems like the best option. I could also go use up this pain reaction, but stray damage pip finishes off Anthony. Feels bad. Okay, we're going Star Alliance, taking the archives. I have some of my own upgrades to play on Anthony first, so we'll do that. Do I want to forge 2 keys before getting fully set up? Ugh. I think I still can. So playing this here means no reaps. Do I want to fight? Of course I don't want to fight. That's ridiculous. And same here. Okay. Kirby comes down. We haven't purged Booby Trap yet, so still being mindful of that. I don't have any star lines that I'm gonna be drawing. So maybe, okay. I think we still do it this way. Flux hits the 3s and 1s. I should have played access denied first, but I can put it on my own graph here. It's already not reaping, and then I'll get to replay it later. Smash those two. Okay, let's see what that does. I can still flip my deck with It's Coming, with the draw pip there. I have a decent follow-up turn in Logos. Yeah, some moderately sloppy plays from both of us here. But at least for me, it's on brand. What can I say? Okay. Wishing he had chosen Picard. The artifacts are building up. Yeah, I wouldn't hate playing. I wouldn't be playing Aslan in this matchup, though. I think our decks kind of force this matchup to happen. I don't think my well, I don't think my Brickblade can face the autoencoder comfortably. So he's so he's um, kind of playing this to call my bluff. Yeah, I definitely could have reaped before. That was a mistake. I had a reap with Anthony before playing the access denied. Leave an amber on the table. My goodness. My goodness. So their archives, they've got Cumex, Bonithing, Boss Zarek, and an unknown from an autoencoder discard. So at least it's a little dirty, I guess. I don't have well, I have the Waking Nightmare, which gives me a turn of reprieve if needed, if they have a big burst that I don't want to stop with Anthony. The Anthony bouncing is pretty good right now, assuming that I can contain their board. I think their tools with really dealing with it are kind of mitigated, aside from playing creatures and fighting in. So we'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Being able to bounce the Anthony all the time. I don't often get to go into like an Anthony bouncing end game. It's pretty rare, um, but so they go into shadows. We'll see the penny. We'll see a Bona thing probably. Booby trap. Yep, totally. Booby trap is nice. Here come the dudes. Yeah, they're kind of in the now I have to fight down Anthony world. Rad penny comes down. Cool. Mug takes it back. Nice. Bonithing steals again. 7. Ooh. Mm. It's a big board. They are going to, no, they're not going to steal again on any destroyed triggers. So Pain Reaction plus Dance of Doom can wipe their board. Feels like a decent play. Um, and I stop their check with the Waking Nightmare. Discard Gateway to Dis. Okay. Smash those ones. Clean up the threes. Play my dudes. Let's make this one. I don't think there's any reason to not make it real big. No Savage Clashes here. Yeah. Play this one. Waking Nightmare comes down. Reap. And I should have played Snurret first to soak up the damage pip. Again, sloppy. Waka Waka. Creeper damage here. And the turn, we'll give you that one back first. And I meant to discard the gateway. Ugh. Jeez. Now I pretty much have to go into Star Alliance to replay this one. Jeez. Gross. So that's a pip. Missing that draw could really have hurt me. Could really have hurt a lot, actually. Jeez. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Just enough duders, too. Don't have quite enough. A little bit too much damage to fight into the Adaptoid. But I don't think I have other options. Dig. No. Wow. Desperation play. A desperation play. They came out with a big board. I think those 2, 4, and 3 was tough. Now, what do we do? They can go into Logos, fight down the Anthony, and then I'm in trouble. Yeah, Logos, fight, fight, fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good. Always be discarding. Yeah, would love to have seen what that one was. Well, let's satisfy our let's satisfy our curiosity, I guess. There is no Logos that I can draw, I think. This won't do it. Can steal one, crush those. No draws. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Draws the Logos. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oof. Good game. Well played. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Quick draw. I think Screaming Cave was the play last turn. That was poor. That was poor. Draw wouldn't have mattered. Draw wouldn't have mattered. Still a mistake to hold the gateway. Uh, yeah, should have used that Screaming Cave. That was a bad one. And a few pips missed here and there, or potential amber here and there. Their Dav came super late enough for my late jar to count for, which is lucky too. Um, Screaming Cave could have come to the rescue. I think once, let's see. Uh, mhm. Yeah, yeah. Based on time, could be. Actually, I think on the server there is an order for the deck, and you draw, even though they're unknown cards. Hmm. But I guess yeah, you. Oh, I guess there's a shuffle. There's a shuffle that happens, and we'd be farther along in the seed generation. So yeah, in the TCO world, it would have been a different shuffle for sure. Hmm. Animator discard hurt. It did. Uh-huh. Um, hmm. Yeah, an animator online would have been really good. It probably was worth skipping on the reap um, with my dude that discards from top. That one was self-inflicted. Um, with what, 9 or 6 cards left, one of them being animator. I don't think the reap was worth the risk of discarding the animator. Interesting. Hmm. Ooh, played it on the Anthony and killed Grab instead. May have been the way to go. Um, I had some blinders on for getting back into Star Alliance and bouncing the Grav and replaying it. Um, so maybe that was a bad choice. Maybe that was a bad thing to keep it around for, and I should have just put it back in the shuffle. toss the Stealthster on Anthony. Maybe not a bad idea, and then I get to replay Anthony with Stealthster from every time then on out. All right. Okay, well, fun one. Could have played that one a little bit better. Womp womp, but sloppy indeed. So yeah, unfortunately that knocks us out, I think. So bummer on that for sure. And yeah, should have used the Screaming Cave. Womp womp. And I like the idea of putting the Stealthster on the Anthony there. I honestly don't think I needed to play the Quintrino Flux. I forget what it killed, but I could have just as well held or ditched the Flux. I drew two non-Starlines cards, so very possible that was that. I also think if I had purged the red alert earlier on, it would have been a non-issue too. If I had had a board of Starlines dudes to fight down what they played post when I was trying to keep the Anthony alive, that would have been something too. Um, so yeah, should have gone for the Starline or for the red alert there too earlier on. Anyway, fun one. Thanks for hanging out, folks. It was a good one. We'll catch you around the Sloppy Lab. Bye.